Hello, I'm Mike Weatherford.
And I'm Billy Busey.
Welcome to the Mike Weatherford Show. We're live for the first time. We're going to talk with some of our local nonprofits, Billy. We got some people come in here that a lot of people's only heard about, read about, and probably don't know the faces behind all of this.
Be good.
It will be good. I mean, that's what our little show is about, folks, is we try to bring some stuff to the people of Henry County and Paris that you might find interesting. So we're going to bring in some local nonprofits, and we're going to chat with them and find out what they're doing and find out what they're about. What do you think, Billy?
Oh, that's awesome.
What you been doing?
Oh, my gosh. I've been foot on the pedal. I just got back from Ohio and getting ready to go to South Carolina to go deer hunting.
You need to get you an airplane.
I'm in the works of that.
Really?
Yeah.
That will be cool. Can I fly with you?
Yeah.
You ain't going to drive it, are you?
No.
Okay. As long as you don't drive it, I'll go with you.
I'm going to get me a real white pilot so I can tell when his ears get red that I know we're in trouble.
Carry your extension cord. That way, if you have to jump out, you know that thing's going to hang on something. You jerk it out of the plane, will you?
Maybe one way to do it, I guess.
I'm going to start out with, believe it or not, a friend of mine.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You got them?
Yes, I've got one or two of them. This gentleman is Carl R. Anderson. He is executive director of Real Hope Youth Center since 2019. Let me get my bifocals on here. Real Hope Youth Center is a nonprofit after-school enrichment program in Paris. REAL stands for Recreation, Education, Arts, and Leadership. We have identified these critical areas of child development as the primary focus of all Real Hope programs. All programs are for students in first grade through seniors in high school. In addition to providing homework and academy assistance, we also seek to expand our students' understanding of different people and cultures of our world. We do this through weekly learning sessions regarding music, food, history of other cultures. These sessions highlight a different country each week, including listening to music and sampling foods from that country. So I'm fixing to introduce here Mr. Anderson. Welcome to the show, Carl. How are you doing?
Thank you, Mike. I'm doing real well. I'm glad to be here. I feel like I ought to be sitting in the cockpit of your airplane, but I'm glad to be here.
Can you fly an airplane?
No.
Well, we're looking for a pilot, are we not?
What?
Yeah, we're looking for a pilot.
Yeah, that would not be me, Mike.
Okay, so I need to disclose. Carl and I went to school together. We was West Paris boys. They used to call us Moes. Remember them days, Carl?
West Paris Moes, absolutely. That was our little gang.
That's our gang over there. We went to Lee School, and you turned out good. You know, it's still debatable about me. I mean, we're all wondering about this, Carl.
Well, we are all a work in progress, Mike. So.
We always are, brother. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Carl. Tell me about who you are, what you are, and what you're doing with this HOPE program.
Sure. I was born and raised right here in Paris, Tennessee, over primarily on Irvin Street. And went to the local schools, AP, Lee School, went to Grove. Then my family moved out of town for a little bit, and I ended up moving back down to Springville. My sister, who had my oldest sister, had married, Mildred. I don't know if you remember her or not. She had married, and so I moved down to live with them, and I finished up my high school at Big Sandy.
Big Sandy.
Yeah, graduated high school there, went into the Army for four years, came out, went to college on the GI Bill.
Well, that's good news, man.
And went on and got a nice, fabulous career with the Department of Justice, and retired in 2012. Moved back to Paris.
That's good. How'd you get involved in the Hope Center?
Well, I want to clarify. It is Real Hope Youth Center because there is a Hope Center in Paris, and there are times when I get confused with them, and I'm sure they get confused with me.
I stay confused.
Yeah,
you're in the house of confusion.
Well, okay. Well, we're going to try to clarify a little bit. There's a difference between Hope Center and Real Hope Youth Center.
Now, which one are you?
Real Hope Youth Center.
Got you. There I know.
Yeah, I started with them 2 years ago. I retired from Department of Justice 2012. 2012. I worked another national job out of my house for a few years until I said I moved back to Paris because I wanted to get reconnected to my community. And I was traveling so much in that other national job that I turned in my resignation. I said, this is not what I want to do. I turned in my resignation, came back home and started working as a teaching assistant over at Ray School, and I did that and substitute teaching for 3 years until I heard about the opening at Real Hope Youth Center. And initially, I wasn't interested because I was planning on going back to school to get a master's, but the more I thought about it, I thought, well, that is exactly what I want to do. I want to be more involved with young people, and I want to be more involved in guiding and directing youth along their path. So I was able to interview for the job, and thankfully they selected me, and so that's how I got started with them. But what I learned, Mike, once I started with them, is that initially 11 years ago, when Real Hope was started, it was started with the intention that it would eventually grow into a full-service youth center. Okay. And so it is my vision and it is my goal to make good on that initial plan, and that is to proceed with building a full-service YMCA type youth center here in Paris.
Well, how many children have you got involved with you? Is that a question that could be answered, or is it just number of children?
Well, our program right now is limited to 30 children because of where we're located at. We're located in the old Central School building, which we're very thankful for the provision of that place for our services, but we are limited because of how old the building is and because of some state issues that we would have to go through for licensing that we just cannot accomplish.
Do you have 30 children? So you're limited.
Yes. We are right at 28 to 30 right now. So
tell me what some of the programs that you put in place and what your goals are within programs.
Well, the programs that we currently run are basically what you read there, and we've been doing that for 10, 11 years, and we've been doing it well. But one of the things that we're doing now is we are looking forward to fulfill this vision of building this youth center, and we have been able to acquire 5.5 acres at the corner of Indio Road and Peppers Drive.
Sure.
And that's where we plan to build this.
How is this thing going to be funded, Carl?
It is primarily going to be funded by the good people. I believe this with all my heart. The good people of Paris and Henry County.
We are the volunteer county and the volunteer state.
Absolutely.
Have you been out talking with people? Have you got fundraisers and with your wanting to do, which is an excellent idea. I think what you're doing is good for the community. Have you got venues to help raise the money?
Mike, that's what we're working on. A vision is nothing if it remains in your head. A vision is nothing if you can't help somebody else see it. And how can you hold anybody accountable for something that they cannot see? So it is my job. It is my job. I understand that very clearly, to teach and to present this vision to the people of Paris and Henry County. And we are doing that, and we're raising the level of awareness, and people are starting to give and they're starting to respond, but we have a long way to go.
Well, sure you do. You can't, you got to put one brick down to start with to build a brick house.
You're exactly right, Mike, and I want to tell you this. I've had people tell me that, well, now is not a good time because because we're coming off of this pandemic, and now's not a good time, and people are economically depressed, and I have to look at them and I say, when is a good time? It wasn't a good time 10 years ago. Right, it wasn't a good time 50 years ago, and there will not be another a good time 10 years from now or 50 years from now.
You got a good idea. So are you trying to, with what I read when I first introduced you, Carl, have you got other programs that you want to do? And for the people out there that don't really understand, I did read a little bio about what you're doing, but I'll be the first one to tell you, I don't quite understand all of it.
Sure.
Can you share with us?
Absolutely.
That's
what we right now we're running an after-school program from 3 to 5:30, 6 o'clock. That's our after school program. That's the exposure that we have to our youth. And it's not near enough, Mike. A lot of people don't realize this, but suicide is the number 2 cause of death for youth ages 10 to 19 in this country.
Excuse me. What would you say the cause of that would be? Because of maybe they don't peer pressure, or they don't feel like they fit in? Or
there's a lot of reasons, Mike. If we reflect back when we grew up, it was very hard, and we're not going to reflect too much. It's very hard and difficult for young people. We hold them accountable. We, as parents and as adults, we hold them accountable for their own lives and to make their own way. And to a certain extent, I understand that. You cannot make a child make a decision that they don't want to make. You can't make them go a direction they don't want to make. But that does not excuse us from the responsibility. We have a responsibility to set the table and provide the tools to allow them or give them a better chance to make better decisions.
You're right. You know, sometimes it takes a community, or as they say, a village, to raise a child. And Carl, I'm commending you. You're doing an excellent job at what you're doing. I see your vision, and I want the people watching us to see your vision, because I want them to help you get your vision in play.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to do what I can to help you tonight.
Mike, I appreciate that so very much.
And what I want you to do is just talk. Just tell us what we want and what you want the people to do, and share with them what's in your head.
Sure. What I would like for the people of Paris and Henry County to understand, and the youth of Paris and Henry County, that I will be an advocate for our young people. That somebody has got to plant their feet firmly on the ground and say, "Here stand I. Gather around me if you need to, but we have got to move forward in building this facility for our young people. We have got to reach further than just a small group of people from 3 to 6 every afternoon. We need a full-fledged youth center.
They can open whenever they want.
They can come in. They can sit with their their friends. They can talk. They can read books. We'll have a computer lab. We'll have library. We'll have game rooms. We'll have snack bars where they can come in, and this is their place. Mike, we have a civic center here, the Paris Civic Center. It's a great and awesome place, and some of our kids are able to take advantage of that. We have churches that have great youth programs, and some of our kids are able to take advantage of that. But there needs to be a collection point where our youth can say, this is our facility. This is our place. Right now, our youth are hanging out in parking lots and parks and unsupervised. And if you reflect back to your youth, as I do mine, when a bunch of young people get together with absolutely no supervision, a lot of times no good thing comes from that.
Well, Carl, you're correct. You know, we grew up in the what they call it?
The hood of Paris.
That's right. Back in our days, in the 60s and 70s, I wasn't the good side of town, and we had good people like yourself that try to guide us. We had parents.
Let me tell you, Mike, what I had. I had people to help me along the way. Ralph Anderson. Mm-hmm. A lot of people here in Paris and Henry County know that name. Ralph Anderson would come over to Irving Street on a Friday night, and he would have a couple of other people with him, but he was always there on a Friday night. He would have a truck with iced down Coca-Colas and some snacks in the back of that truck. They would play basketball with us under the street lights. Ralph Anderson helped me. Dan Murphy passed away a few years ago. A lot of people here in Paris would know him. He was a member of the Optimist Club, and being the child from that side of town and not having a dad, I was a member of the Optimist Club, and those men took me in, and Dan Murphy was a mentor for me. We've all had help along the way, but it's been kind of like spots and not coordinated. We need to bring resources together in a central place where our kids can have a place to come and get help.
You remember behind my house, they used to bring the games down there in the park. Everybody would play. Remember that?
Yes.
Mr. Loudy brung them.
Yes.
But I don't think there's a better person could do what you're doing, because you grew up and know what these children, you can relate to what problem you're trying to fix, so you know the solutions for these problems.
Absolutely.
I mean, Bill, that's pretty.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well,
I love it.
I don't know that I know all the solutions,
You
Mike,
know more than most people.
but I know the hearts and I know the needs.
You grew up in that situation, and we all grew up in West Paris. I did have a mother and a father that tried to steer me, and you knew my father and you knew my mother, and it's no secret, you're friends, and that's okay. People, I got a lot of friends. But I think you're doing excellent. Your vision to me is spot on, and I think that you know what these children could need or what you think they need, and I want you to get you help. Have you got any way that people can get to you to help fund this? Or
Yes. And what I want to say to the people of Paris and Henry County, we need your help. And I want to say this: if not now, when? And if not us, who? We are the people of Paris and Henry County, and we should be providing for our youth. They are underserved, and they need our help. You may go to my website, www.realhopeyouth.com.
can I be typed on live show? Okay, he's got all that on there.
Very good.
I guess I need to look. There you go. I can look and see it. The Real Hope Center.
And you can call us at Real Hope at 731-333-1320.
Carl, I think that you got a good thing going, and Billy, you help me.
I got a couple questions.
Talk
How large is your staff, and how many of them are paid?
Right now we have 3 paid staff. So we lean heavily upon volunteers. That's another area that people can help us out with volunteers. Our after school program right now, we work with the children with we have a homework component, and we can really use volunteers, retired teachers, to come and help us to help these children with their homework.
Okay, I seem like is it a Christian based? I mean, I think I tell by your heart that
we are not a faith-based organization. Churches in the area, they support us. They have for all these years. I personally am a Christian,
I can tell you're God-fearing, so
but we are not faith-based, and my goal is to provide a youth center that everybody can feel comfortable. Every youth can feel comfortable coming to. Now, for me, when I was growing up, I didn't grow up in church, and I'm sure that a lot of the churches in the area had nice youth groups. I never felt like I belonged. I never felt like that was a place for me. I don't want any of our youth to feel that way about Real Hope Youth Center.
Do y'all have excuse me, Billy? Do y'all have snacks and stuff like that for the children?
We most certainly do.
Where does that come? Is that having to be bought, or have we got people that's helping provide them snacks?
Well, I can tell you that we are partnering with the PSSD, and in fact, we just got things worked out so that they are going to be providing those snacks to Real Hope Youth Center free of charge.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Yeah, we got a little feedback going. Keep talking, Carl.
What kind of fundraisers do you do?
Well, we have a big fundraiser coming up September the 24th. It's our annual golf tournament. And last year, right on the precipice of before the thing really kicked off, we really got that in and people responded well. And we are hoping that people will respond well this year. It is a major fundraiser for us. I also want to mention that August the 28th, Saturday, August the 28th, from 4 to 8 out at the Henry County Fairgrounds, we are hosting the first ever countywide youth rally here in Paris and Henry County. This is not a fundraiser. This is not for us to raise money for Real Hope. This is for us. It's the next logical step in this vision. This is for us to present ourselves to the youth of Paris and Henry County and to the citizens of Paris and Henry County to say, Real Hope Youth Center will stand in the gap. We will plant our feet. We will lead the charge. We will put the snowball at the top of the hill. We're going to get this thing going to get this center built.
Excuse me. How does this golf tournament work? Are you sponsoring holes, or how's that being a fundraiser?
Well, let me tell you something, Mike. I'm not a golfer.
Me neither.
I cannot answer a whole lot about that, but we've got flyers going out right now, and I will be posting the flyer to my Facebook page and my web page tomorrow that gives all the details of that. It's I don't know golf terminology.
Does Real Hope have a Facebook page? Y'all have social media? You do? Okay.
Yes, Real Hope Youth Center's on Facebook.
You come by my shop and you talk to me or my daughter. I'm going to challenge all the other small businesses to let's help him do this golf.
For the kids.
It's for the kids. Let's help this man get this thing done. You come by the shop.
What's the date on the golf?
September 24th. That's a Friday.
All these golfing people out there, you find this man, you check out and you find out what he's doing. And I challenge you to, I'm going to donate. I'm going to sponsor a hole, or however they're setting it up, I'm going to sponsor this. And you come by the shop, or me or my daughter Jessica will write you a check from Mike's Mufflers, and we want to be part of this.
I do know that we do hole sponsorships for $100, and then we have teams. You put together a team, and I think the entry for that is $300.
I can't golf.
You can drive the cart.
I can drive the cart. You put Mike's Mufflers down. I'm going to challenge everybody else out there, all the small businesses, get with Carl. Put $100 and help these people get this darn thing built. There's no sense of even putting it off. I challenge you. Mike's Mufflers is on top of this. You come by the shop.
Thank you, Mike, so much. Everybody call me, 731-333-1320.
Tell us again how to get a hold of you. Start all that over, because get your pen to paper, people, because we're going to have to write this down.
Our website is www.realhopeyouth.com. And go on there and check it out. You really get firsthand vision of what we're currently doing. And we've been doing this and doing a great job at it for 11 years now. But we're looking forward to building this youth center as well. You can also call me at 731-333-1320.
That's wonderful.
And
Carl.
also September the 28th at the Henry County Fairgrounds.
August the 28th is the youth rally. We are giving away a Nintendo Switch and a PS5. Mike, those things aren't cheap.
No.
I thought a couple $100 until I started researching to buy those, and you can't hardly get a PS5.
No.
We're giving those things away because we want the youth to come out. And it's not just the youth. I want parents and grandparents to show up out there too, so you can show the youth your support.
We're losing microphones here. Hold on, Carl. We're live. That's when it happens. It don't happen when we're taping, but it's okay. It makes it more, personal.
Sure.
Talk to me now, Carl. See if I got you again.
I'll give you an old line. Can you hear me now?
I lost you again.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, finish it up. Whatever you want to, how you want to end this, you just have at it, brother.
What I want to say to the people of Paris and Henry County, come out to our youth rally. Saturday, August the 28th from 4 to 8 p.m. We've got a keynote speaker a young guy who grew up kind of hard like we did. He's a Christian guy, but his whole message is to youth about how to overcome the challenges they have and they face as they're growing up. He's a comedian and he's an illusionist, and he's funny.
No, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
He has performed to the Duck Dynasty crew. In fact, Jeb on there said, "Watch your pet animals," because he made my rabbits disappear. Okay. This guy he's really good. So come out to the youth rally, August the 28th. That's a Saturday from 4 to 8.
Carl, I appreciate you coming on. And I want to wish you luck. I'm serious. You come by Mike's Muffers.
I'll come by.
We're going to sponsor this thing.
Oh, thank you so much.
And I'm going to challenge all the other small businesses to help you get this done, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you do. All right, but we've had Mr. Carl Anderson on the show, and Billy, we learned quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not hearing in my ear. Are you hearing?
No, I'm just hoping that...
I'm hoping it's going out there.
Yeah.
But we can't hear in our ears. I don't know what that means, but...
Dead as doornail right now. Oh, I got a little bit of music.
Now I can hear, but now I can hear you a little bit. Can you hear me now, Billy?
I can hear a little music being played.
I hear some music.
We rocking and rolling.
Right. But I think Carl has got a good thing going.
Yeah, he does. Seems like his heart's in the right place, and... even though nothing wrong, but I just kind of thought the way he was talking that he might be some type of faith-based youth center. But
why
that's awesome.
So loud?
Awesome job.
Why is the music so loud? Oh, okay, now I can hear it. Now that's just to call the live blues.
Yeah, that's part of it.
But I do want to challenge these people to go help this guy, get him some support. Carl's doing the right thing.
Working out the bugs.
Billy, who you got on here next?
We're not professionals. Oh, I got a friend on here.
You got a friend?
Yeah. I got a few of them.
Oh, okay.
You're about the only one.
Well, I know.
I think that's because you pay me, though.
That's probably.
Got Miss Laura Roberts. She's the director of the Phases to Freedom. And I know her. Yeah.
What's that all about?
Says here, breaking the chains of addiction. So alcohol and drug recovery program. So that's what I'm reckoning that she's got. So welcome, Miss Lori. I'm glad you're able to join us, and I hope we can help you out.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here.
Well, I'm glad to have you. Welcome to the show, huh?
Thank you.
We are growing and learning as we go.
I know. I've been watching. It's amazing.
It is good. It's good here. Go ahead, Billy.
So what is... I take it that it's for drug and alcohol?
Well, ours is a little bit different. We're not just drug and alcohol. We originally had started as Set Free Ministry, was our store, and everybody thought, and it was to work with the community to help in whatever need there was for the underprivileged or someone that was in need. And we were having so many people come in that needed to be in a program somewhere, and we were literally driving them to Nashville and Jackson and Paducah, wherever we could get them into a place, because there was nothing in our community. And it wasn't just about the drugs. It's about a mother coming in with 3 children and having nowhere to go, all of a sudden being kicked out. So it just started, God just started opening up the doors to a facility that we started. It originally, we just did it for a 30-day, just to have somebody have a roof over their head, keep them safe when they were to come in and ask for help in whatever the manner was, and not be judgmental. And it turned out 30 days wasn't long enough. Then we went to 90, and 90 days wasn't long enough. So we are now 9-month to 12-month, and beyond that, they can stay in one of our Fresh Start houses as long as it takes. But it's not just about the drugs. We have children in our homes with their parents. We're in the courts all the time, helping them regain custody back of their children while they're in our Fresh Start houses. Some of them have when they come in, Luke. Some of them bring them when they come.
The whole family at times? Oh.
Absolutely.
I think that the General Session Judge, Miss Vicky, uses you quite a bit, don't she?
Yes, she does. She still calls us Set Free.
That's right. That's okay. That's okay, whatever you are.
But that's okay. That's what a lot of people remember us by.
You're doing a good job, and
the reason we changed it to Phases of Freedom is that is our program my husband, Randy, and Melanie had written and put together for the 12-step drug and alcohol side of it. And then we have a Loving Without Enabling. So when we closed the big store Set Free, we just kept the name Phases to Freedom. Had no intent on having another store. But it didn't work out that way.
Okay.
Did you use the store money towards this, or
Yes.
where's your money come from?
We've had some help in the community. Basically, it's the donations that come in the store that we prepared to sell, and the profits from all that has helped us obtain. We started with just Luke's Inn, which was 14 beds and could hold up to 6 children. And then we went on to Fresh Start houses, which there they have their own. Luke's Inn, it's an open forum. There's no secrecy. The Fresh Start houses, once they gain their eligibility for it,
You're fine.
they have their own room. It's like a sobriety living house, and they share a bathroom and a kitchen.
How many houses? How many? How many you got going? I mean, it sounds like you got a lot in your plate.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. So
we
like
have
apartment
we have
complex.
the Israel House, which is for men, and then we have the Judah House, which was given to us last year, at the end of last year. That houses 8 adults, and 2 of the spaces is for 2 children. So 6 children can be housed there, and they have their privacy in those.
Are they all in Paris?
Yes, all here in Paris,
What's wonderful.
all in
That's
city
wonderful.
limits.
So your funding basically comes from donation and your store.
Yes, sir.
Profits. So does people donate items for you to sell?
Yes, they do. They
And do you have places that people can go just to donate?
Yes, they can come to our store at 411 Eastwood Street. Sometimes if we have the extra help, we'll go pick it up, but
Do you take cash donations also?
yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Well, we want to help y'all. Come by the muffler shop. I'm going to
And-
challenge everybody to help this too. You know, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm not a rich man. I'm a darned old mechanic.
Yeah.
But, you know, y'all are doing good things. Mr. Anderson and yourself are doing good things for people. And we need to step up and help y'all do what y'all do. You know, there's a lot of bad things that happen to good people. Mm-hmm. And we need to support y'all, and we need to get y'all support. That's what we're trying to do with this little show we're doing. So, you know, we want to help you all we can. I think it's what you're doing is good. You know, like I said, I've had Judge Vicki Snyder's been on my show when she spoke with y'all.
Oh, very highly.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of others, but y'all need help, and my job is to try to get you help.
There's many organizations, yes. And
So how can we contact you?
you can we have a website, ptfparis.org. On there it has all of our rules, contracts, and everything. It talks about us. It needs probably a little bit updating. We can't stay caught up according to what we have to do. Or you can call the store at 731-407.
Where's your store?
It's
I
411.
butted in on you. Finish your phone number. It's my fault. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's 411 Eastwood Street. It's the old Paula Kelly store.
The old Napa store.
I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the
way
old
back
Napa
at it,
store.
yeah,
The old
yeah.
guys.
See, you
Now,
threw
give
me
that-
off because you said this store
Oh,
was
sorry.
something else, and I'm like,
Now, give me that phone number because I butted you out.
it's 731-407-4950.
Okay, and it's on Wood Street.
Mm-hmm.
It's used to be Paula Kelly's, but back before that, it was the Napa Auto Parts for all your guys as young as I am that will remember that.
Yeah.
Billy, did you remember it was Napa?
Barely.
Oh man, you make me feel old. I bought a lot of parts out of that place. Billy, you know better than that. But we want to get you some help. That's what our show is all about. Is we're a community show. Billy and I are not getting paid.
Yeah. It really made me grin when I walked in there and seen that name, because I know Miss Lori, and I know where her heart's at.
Billy and I are not getting paid to do this. We're here for y'all. We're here to share with the people out there what you've got in Henry County, because all you can get information from is social media. And Lori, you know, like I know, it's full of half rumors, half truths, and it's skewed one way or the other. So like my daddy used to say, let's get it from the horse's mouth.
Right.
So Billy and I, you know, Billy's a horse.
Yes,
and so
I
he
know
come
that.
right on.
Well, you're a donkey. I
There
won't
you
say the
go.
other.
That's my Billy right there. I had to wake him up. But we're here to do everything we can to help support our community. And that means helping the nonprofits because, you know, this world needs more of that. We need people that step up because bad things happen to good people.
Yes, it does.
You know, and I keep going back to Carl, but him and I grew up in an era in a neighborhood that we could have very well been in one of your cases, one of your programs over there, because, you know, we just, by the grace of God, we slid through it. And we're good people. So bad things happen to good
Yes,
people.
it
But I
does.
want to get you some help, and I want these people out there to get a hold of her. Give her your website again.
It is ptfparis.org.
And your phone number at your store.
731-407-4950.
There you go. I didn't
Holly's
butt in.
going to kill me.
I didn't, but hey, that's
She's
okay.
going to say, all these people?
That's okay. We want that.
okay.
We,
You'll
we
be
want
fine,
we want
sweetheart.
people to bring you stuff instead of going to the city dump with something that might be sellable for these people. Carry it to their store. It's down there where Paula Carroll used to be. It's where the old Napa store used to be. I know all these age groups should know what we're talking about. The old guys like me, Napa, and the young guys like Billy and Paula Kelly. So I want y'all to carry some stuff down there for y'all, you know, and help y'all help these people.
The other thing that helps a lot is when they come into our program, maybe 1% might have a dime to their name.
Right.
So we make sure they get hygiene. So personal
What's that?
hygiene would be amazing.
Tell people.
The men need hygiene. The women need hygiene. Diapers for the kids that come in.
Yeah.
When we don't have to go out and buy that personally for them, it makes a big difference because that money stays within those homes to do the other things it has. Because we have to take them most of the time to get their driver's license because they don't have one, they've lost it or it's been stolen. Then we have to research a birth certificate in order to get that, and a lot of times we have to go get, if they have been arrested, get their booking sheet just to be able to get them an ID because we're starting from scratch as if they have never had anything.
You're helping them basically get on their feet.
Yes, for the first 60 days in the women's house, it's a blackout period. So and we do have a smoking area. So if they do smoke, we purchase their cigarettes or tobacco for them. They've been through enough. I don't expect them to.
Yeah, I smoke. So if you took my cigarettes away from me,
Yeah.
there's going to be a fist fight.
And then after that, they have to get a job. The difference is most of our women and men have vehicles before they graduate because they have to be paying their child support. Once they get a job, we don't say you don't have to pay until you get done with your program. You're going to pay now. That's your responsibility. The children or your fines or whatever, you accumulated it, you're not going to wait a year. So by the time they graduate, they usually have their vehicle just about paid for, if not paid for. They have most of their fines all caught up. Most of them are off of paid probation, off their probation. So once they graduate, they're walking into a fresh world. They're not walking into a world from some other places and they get banged with everything they've had to leave behind for a year.
That's good. I think you're doing a good job. That is awesome. So I want you to tell everybody out there listening to us what you need, what you want, and we'll see if we can't get you some help.
The biggest thing we need is believe it or not, toiletries and hygiene.
Right. And just a prayer.
Lots of prayer.
There you go.
Got any
We
fundraising
have
that you wanna do
two.
or
We
come up
have
with?
one that we were supposed to be doing. It's already paid for. Actually, Halloween night, and it was going to be a chili cowboy cook-off at the fairgrounds. But we have 3 people that run all these houses and the store, so we really have not had much time. If someone knows how to design and help us with a flyer, so we can start getting that out.
Right.
That was one we had done and had a big, huge success with. That was the festival at one of the biggest car show and bike shows that there was in Paris, Tennessee. But we haven't had the extra help, volunteers again, we don't have the extra help to keep it going.
So we need personal hygiene, we need some money, and we need some volunteers.
Absolutely.
So that's going to be mine and Billy's goal.
I got it wrote down.
Got it wrote down. We're going to try to help. Can't guarantee you, but we're going to help you because I think you're doing something good, Lord.
I think
So
we do everything we possibly. We do this because of I've been through everything these women have been through,
you come out.
and
with
I
it.
didn't have the places that they have now to be able to go to.
I've seen two things from you and Carl both. Y'all are doing what y'all been through. So there's nobody better to do it. If you've been through it, you know what they need.
Absolutely. You know,
Lori,
their
what else
feelings.
you want to tell us before I let you go? I know you're hot. You got
okay.
and you got a family at home, and you got these ladies that probably need you. Okay.
You know how often it is that I don't get to have to have my phone on?
I understand that. But I really appreciate you coming in.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you having me. This is amazing. Y'all are doing wonderful. I love that you all are letting everybody know what the community actually offers and has and needs.
We're just trying to fill a void that Billy and I and the
Two guys looking for answers.
And the producer of the show, he thinks that we needed this venue to try to get people to know what's going on, because we're all busy. You can find us on Facebook, you can find us on YouTube, and just while you're driving down the road, turn it on and listen to what we're talking. We're going to talk about real hope. We're going to talk about phases to freedom. We're going to talk about all that stuff. And
I would say, not to interrupt you, but Mr. Carl, the one thing he said, I think what we fall in line of is everybody wants to wait and see.
No, we don't need to wait.
And there, anywhere you go, this person needs help today. It's not wait and see what's going to happen next week, because they could be gone by then.
We're all guilty of looking, and I've done it too. Look at these people out there just living on the streets and doing this, and we want to laugh at them or put them down. Well, here's a chance to get somebody else to help. I've got to take a commercial break because we got to pay the bills. But Lori, I thank you for coming in. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me, both of you.
All right, we're going to take a little commercial break, and we're going to be back with Bake Break. We're going to be back with Dark Horse Lodge. We're going to find out what they're all about.
Oh, yeah.
See you in a second.
This presentation of the Mike Weatherford Show is being brought to you by
Paris Power Sports, a bad boy and skag mower dealer and service center that is the area's leading power sports company since 2016. Mow with an attitude and power on.
Napa Auto and Truck Parts. With over 95 years of experience, you can trust the Napa know-how.
Take Me Back Cafe, delicious home-cooked family-style meals in a nostalgic, warm, and inviting atmosphere. Take Me Back Cafe, great for the entire family.
And the attorneys at Hawley & McAdams, who with over 90 years of combined experience, pride themselves in competent, thorough representation, utilizing their vast experience in a broad array of practice areas. Voted favorite law firm in the 14th Annual Reader's Choice Award, Hawley & McAdams are proud and honored to serve you.
Welcome back to the Mike Weatherford Show. We're taking this opportunity to highlight some of our local nonprofits. We've had Carl Anderson from the Real Hope Youth Center. Billy, you've had Miss Lori. Who is she from?
Robert. She was with Phases to Freedom. I want to say Set Free Ministry.
I'm going to ask you one more time to help these people. You know, everybody wants to do better in their life, and I'm thinking that maybe these younger generation, they need a helping hand. And these people that's had addictions, they need a helping hand. So let's just make it our personal responsibility to help these people. Billy, we got another one coming on here. We got a place called the Dark Horse Lodge.
Yes, I know about that.
And it's Gretchen Catherwood, and she says she's a founder and president of Dark Horse Lodge. This is going to bother you right here, Billy.
I know it is.
You got a big heart. A retreat for combat veterans in Springville. Once open, we will welcome up to 25 combat veterans guests per week for a 5-day stay free of charge. Dark Horse Lodge was created after our son was killed in action in Afghanistan in 2010. Altogether, 25 Marines were killed from the 3/5 Dark Horse unit out of Camp Pemberton, California. We have 25 bedrooms, each one named for one of those men. Combat veterans will be able to visit with others who have had similar experiences while fishing on Kentucky Lake and resting and relaxing in our area. Let's welcome Miss Catherwood. Welcome,
Thank you.
Kath.
Thank
How
you
are
so
doing?
much. I appreciate it.
I'm
I'm
glad.
warm, but I'm fine. Thank you.
That's okay, hon. We can't run air because the sound
We're
is
good.
just. But I'm glad to have you on, and I hope we can help
Thank
you.
you for having me.
I hope we can get you a little bit of publicity and maybe get you
appreciate
some help. So, won't you just start out by telling us who you are and what you're doing, and let everybody know what the Dark Horse is all about. I've heard about it, but I don't know much about it.
Well, Dark Horse Lodge came to me after we moved down here from Northern Illinois. Our son was killed in 2010, and we moved down here in 2012. We lived on this beautiful property over in Paris, out south of Clifty Creek, and we had these 2 really pretty fishing ponds, and we went out to a remembrance ceremony after our son was killed, after the unit came home, and we met all these incredible Marines that our son served with. And we saw some of the looks in their eyes and some of the looks on their faces, and it just stayed with me for a really long time. And so when we moved down here, I just kept thinking, what can we do for the men and women who did come home, and so it was probably a good 8 or 10 months that I stayed awake thinking about what we could do, and I came up with this idea of a small retreat that we were thinking about doing on our property over here in Paris. But my daughter and I flew out to California for the dedication of a monument out there, and we had dinner with a couple of the guys, my son's friends, and they started talking. And originally my husband was kind of not hesitant about the idea. He just wasn't too sure how we could do something of this magnitude. And then after, it's a big project. And so after talking to some of these boys and listening to their stories and hearing one of them say, this is the first time I've been able to talk about that day, meaning the day that Alec and their friend Joey had been killed.
Was your son's name was
Alec.
Alec? How old was he when
He was 19.
Young man.
He was 19. They were there less than 3 weeks when he was killed. Yeah. So hearing their stories and to hear them say that they hadn't been able to talk about that yet, but they could because they were standing there with other combat veterans. And my husband's a combat veteran. He was Desert Storm veteran. Both of my kids were born in Germany. Actually, Alec was born the week to the day after my husband came home from Desert Storm. And so I know, being the spouse of a combat veteran, that they're not just going to talk to anybody. They won't talk to their family unless they are combat veterans. They won't speak to their high school friends who haven't been through it, but they'll talk to somebody who's been there. And it doesn't matter what branch of service, and it doesn't matter which war or conflict. A Korean War veteran can talk to a Vietnam veteran, can talk to a Desert Storm veteran, can talk to an OAF veteran.
They can relate.
They can relate.
So what you are building, or you have it built, or are you still in the process of building this
We're
lodge?
in kind of our final phase. We have 7 buildings up and on site. We have 23 acres just outside of Paris in Henry County in Springville.
That's still Henry County.
Sure is. Yeah, and so we have those buildings in place. We have the interiors almost completely finished. We have the cabinets that are built, and those are in there. Just got some doors to put on. We have 4,000 square foot of decking, composite decking that's being placed right now, and that's a huge job. The deck that goes across 5 of our buildings is 185 feet long. So we have 5 bedroom guest cabins.
Who's helping build this?
Contractors. We're finding local contractors who are helping us do that. We have.
Are y'all having to pay? Are they kind of volunteering or doing it?
No, we have to pay, but a lot of them give us a pretty good deal.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean they've got to make a living too.
Sure they do. I understand that, and that's good of them.
Yeah.
Henry County, like I've said, I'm going to say it one more time. We're the volunteer county and the volunteer state.
Sure.
When do you project to have this project finished and receiving your first combat veterans.
Well, we were hoping before COVID hit
Yeah,
that
I
it
know.
would be around this time right now.
Right.
But it'll probably be another year. All of our fundraisers, as everybody else's, had to be canceled last year. We have a lot of motorcycle rides throughout the country. Being from Northern Illinois, we have a big support network up there.
Yeah.
So we have quite a few rides up there. We actually have a ride out of Lexington, Tennessee on September 11th. Yeah. And then we have a national fundraiser that we call Trek for Troops.
Is the Dark Horse, is it only the local, or is that a big organization countrywide? It's just a local deal? You're it?
But we will service combat veterans. We will serve combat veterans
Anywhere.
from across the country. And it doesn't, like I said, doesn't matter what branch of service, doesn't matter which war or conflict. So,
Good stuff, Billy.
yeah.
Oh yeah. It's
So
real
we have five cabins, guest cabins, with 5 bedrooms in each cabin. Each one of those bedrooms
That
is
is
named for one of the boys that was
absolutely-
killed. Yeah.
We just did with the USOC. We took I believe 16 Purple Heart vets out fishing, and the guys that was able to go do that really it was incredible.
You know, we should have, after thinking about this, you know, you and I know you're busy and I'm busy, we should have went and looked at what these people's doing.
You are welcome anytime.
We're going to.
We're
You are
gonna
welcome anytime. One of my favorite things to do, besides talking about my son, is talking about Dark Horse Lodge and showing it to people.
I understand that.
So
We're gonna-
and it's we have AC, so you come on
That's
in. Yeah, but the buildings are complete except the trim, and then we need to stock our kitchen. We have to put all the
Explain to
equipment and all
me
that.
how you funding this. Are you paying out of your pocket?
We are 100% donations.
100%. How are you getting them? Just tell
We are
people.
begging, borrowing, and stealing from as many people
Well, I
as we
understand
can.
that. I think all the organizations around here is doing that.
Yes, sir.
But I want to try to get you some help.
Thank you.
So tell me basically how that you're doing fundraisers and tell us what you do to generate the funds. What are,
Right. Well, like I said, we do have quite a few motorcycle rides, motorcycle shows. We had one here at the fairgrounds in May.
Right.
We did a fundraiser at an art gallery in Dallas where we did a really fun video that was put out with Voices of Service, contributed some songs, and that was really, really special. That's on our YouTube channel. And then, like I said, we have a thing called Trek for Troops in November, right by Veterans Day every year, whereby we try to get 100 miles walked in every state across the country. And that we generally raise about $50,000 per year doing that.
That's
and even
wonderful.
with COVID, we can still get outside and we can walk. We can get wherever we are with our group, with our pod, with our people, with our circle that in our bubble that we can walk safely with, and we
Well, I
can
wanna get this-
raise some money.
I want you to get this project done. I
Me
mean,
too.
I want it done, and I want
I
to.
got some people that
I
have
want-
already come to mind.
Well, and as you know, we're losing
that
veterans at a rate of 22, 23 a
what
day
I
to
want to do is
suicide.
I want you to
Not
get
okay.
this. I want you to get this project done,
Thank you.
Kathy, and I want you to come back on, and I want you to tell me about the veterans that's been there. I don't want to
That'll be
talk.
great.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about as we get it built. I want it to be
Sure,
built.
sure,
So, tell us how to contact you.
Well, we are at darkhorselodge.org on our website, and then we are Dark Horse Lodge on Facebook, and our phone number is 731-363-3616. They can reach me 731-363-3616 and Dark Horse Lodge on Facebook.
You take donations.
We sure do. We have a PayPal button on our website. We have a Facebook donation button on our Facebook page. And the nice thing about Facebook is they don't charge a fee,
No, they don't.
which is awesome.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
anybody who donates through Facebook,
Come by Mike's Muffers.
thank
And I'm
you.
going to challenge everybody. I've done opened up my billfold for these 3 right here.
Thank you.
And I want y'all to do the same thing. I want y'all to help a little bit. I'm not talking about thousands of dollars. They take $100. They take $50. You know, with all 3 of these organizations we've had on here, Billy, $50 can go a long way when there's 50
Amen.
people giving $50.
We have a woman once a month who gives us $2 or $3
That's
every
fine.
month, and that's
And,
wonderful.
you know,
every
look here. We spend that much going out to eat supper. You know, just eat
Sure.
one less meal out
Sure.
1 week or 1 month, and let's help these 3. I want to
Well, and
challenge
honestly,
you.
without our veterans, we wouldn't be sitting here talking to each other.
Oh, you're
Amen.
exactly. You're 100%. My father's a veteran.
My father,
You
too.
see that?
Yes, sir.
That's from my father.
Yes, sir.
My
I'm a
father
military
fought him.
family,
That's
so-
right. I'm a military family. My father fought in World War II. He was in Patton's tanks. He fought
Yeah.
all the way to the Rhine River. had 3 tanks blowed up out of them. So I'm 100% behind y'all.
And almost everybody knows a veteran or has a veteran in their family or is a veteran.
That's right.
I have many in my family. We also are on Amazon. We have an Amazon wish list, a custom wish list, where if people don't want to donate money, they can go pick something from our list and purchase it, and it'll be sent automatically right to our doorstep, which is awesome.
Tell them how to do that.
The link is on our Facebook page, and every time somebody sends something, I post that link again. Somebody just sent some toasters, and I posted a picture of those toasters, and in that post is a link to our Amazon wish list.
I don't know if you can answer this question, but what do you project this is going to cost when it's done? Not the land, just the buildings you're doing.
The buildings, we're looking at $1.5 million.
Okay, and you've probably spent how much so far?
About $900,000.
So we don't need much.
No.
No. We're almost there, baby.
Say it fast.
So, if we say it fast, it's not a lot of money. What I'm getting at is it ain't like you're asking for $1 million.
No, sir.
We need 50 people to give you $50.
That's right.
50 people to give Real Hope Center $50 and 50 people to give the Summit $50.
However, if you have $1 million, I will not turn it down.
No, but none of my friends have $1 million. You remember where I grew up at? I'm a mechanic. We don't have money,
No.
But
you're right, a couple of dollars here and there.
That's all it takes,
Goes
people.
so far.
We all can give back to our community because, we all could be in the shape to where we need help. She's trying to do something good for this community. All 3 of y'all had to try to do something good for the community. And I just want to try to help y'all. That's all it is. That's what this show is all about. I want to be a place where you feel welcome to come in, and I want the public to recognize that we are here to serve our community. And I know there's a lot of people out there does what we're doing, but we want to do it with a little personal twist. We're sitting here sweating because we have to turn the air conditioner off when we shoot, and we're gonna try to help you. I can't guarantee you my show's small, but it's going to grow. Remember the first time, the first shovel of dirt, that's where I'm at.
That's right. Small but mighty.
We're going to grow. We're going to grow this show, and we're going to help people like y'all. So I really want to, Billy, what do you got to say, brother?
I'm just glad that something like that's going on inside my community because I come from a military family, and my father and my uncle, it just keeps going back to, and then on my mother being Filipino who came here, and then so many of my nephews and nieces and even some of my cousins was in the military, and it means a lot.
I appreciate their service.
That flag right there is means a lot, and I think that people are missing that because you see people that are protesting and fighting for some type of freedom. What do they link that flag to? What are they standing in the streets and waving in another country?
When you see that flag, no matter where you are, you know what it stands
they
for.
already know. They're happy to see us.
And how many fell defending it?
A bunch of them. I've lost family members, but I don't know how to put it in words. But I'm sorry about your son. It chokes me up. It really does. And I wish I knew how to put it in words. What you sacrificed for our country, and you done it for me. You done it for my family and my grandkids. Because I've got some grandkids going in the military, and what you're doing you need help.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and I'd like to see this done. I'd like to be able to drive down there one day and we'll look up and see a bunch of these veterans sitting around out there.
Me too.
Be cool.
Me too. I'm looking forward to that day. Just seeing them walking around and smiling and laughing and just helping each other because nobody can help them better than they can help each other.
And I don't mean this bad. I don't believe our government knows how to help them. I think the veterans through the government, I think they're struggling. They don't really know. We're losing them by suicide. I lost an employee of mine that was a veteran through suicide, and it's just it's a bad deal out there, And,
well, one of the things that upsets me is they're going to spend all this much time to take you as a civilian, and then train you to be a military personnel, and you're asking that person to
turn it off
to be a killer, and then you're going to turn around and the end of their service is this date, and then they're just and you're gone, and they don't give you any type of how to get back into the community, and especially the ones that's actually seen combat. It's going to take them a little bit to get back into society, and I think one of the things that we need to do is a lot of the special ops guys, I believe they've had more time to wind down and come into society, I believe. I could be wrong about that. And then the regular grunts just, they're just...
Well, and they need to know how much we care.
Yeah.
That
They
too.
need to know how much we care.
It's
'cause
all
we care
funny.
deeply.
It's all fun and games till the bullets start flying. Like my daddy used to say, it was all fun, son, till the rabbit had a shotgun.
Right.
That's right. Kathy, I appreciate you coming in.
Appreciate it.
Tell them, everybody, one more time, y'all get your pen and paper ready,
Yep.
how to contact you.
darkhorselodge.org is our website, and Dark Horse Lodge on Facebook, where you can donate. Right at the top of our page, we have a donate button. And then our phone number is 731-363-3616. Even just shopping Amazon Smile will help us, because
Yeah.
Amazon Smile, if you choose us as their charity, they will donate 0.5% of whatever you spend, so it doesn't cost you one dime extra. Just shop Amazon Smile and choose Dark Horse Lodge as your charity.
Everybody uses Amazon.
Oh, who doesn't?
So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's just get
That
on
helps.
Amazon. Let's go. Explain again how to do that. Because
Well,
I'm stupid, okay? I'm not
Amazon
real
Smile,
smart.
If you go Amazon Smile rather than regular Amazon,
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Smile.
Smile, okay.
Yep. And so the first time you go on there, it asks you to choose a charity, and we are on their list. Just choose Dark Horse Lodge as your charity, and then everything's the same. Your same login, same password, same Prime. Everything's the same. It's just that they will donate 0.5% of whatever you spend to us. And then we do have an Amazon custom wish list
We've
also,
got a
where
lot
people
of
can.
veterans out there that should
Yes.
that needs to hear that, because we all buy from Amazon. I mean,
we
I
do.
said I never would, but I'm guilty.
Yeah, sure
You
we
know,
all
old country boy like me, I just can't push a button every once in a while. But I want people to do that. I want to help everybody
Thing
we
you
can.
got Jessica.
Yeah, good thing she does it all. My daughter is Jessica. She is the backbone of me.
Well, thank you,
That's
Jessica.
good. Yeah, but yeah, she needs things. But I want to tell all of y'all, Carl, you're still in the house. I want to appreciate you coming on. Lori, I want to appreciate you coming on, and I want to challenge all my friends and all my listeners to help these three. That's all I want you to do, just help them. And I want you to go to the Mike Weatherford Show on Facebook, and I want you to like us, and I want you to go to YouTube, the Mike Weatherford Show, and I want you to subscribe on that one. And I want to get these. I want to bump this up. I want to be able to do this for all organizations local. So, Billy.
That's right. If they got an organization out there, nonprofit, go ahead and get a hold of us some way, somehow, and we'll help y'all out.
You can go to the easiest way that I found, because I'm kind of simple-minded, is go to Facebook, and everything's on there. And private message, and our famous leader over here, Kevin, he can see all your messages, and he'll relay them to Billy. Then Billy will turn his twist on and put them to me, and we'll get your message.
That's right.
It always works out that way. So, I hear the music coming in.
So you know what that means.
That means that we're about done. What do you think, Billy?
Oh, I liked it.
I like
awesome.
it, folks. Like I said, we are your local, I guess you say, we're not a news organization. What are we, Billy? Just crazy?
2 men looking for answers.
2 men looking for answers. Thank y'all for tuning in. Help these people, and go to our Facebook. Check in. We're going to have some more shows soon. Bye.
This portion of the Mike Weatherford Show was brought to you in part by 54 Fuel Mart, a great place to eat with friendly staff and some of the best gas prices in town. Stop in for a bite to eat and get treated like family. That's 54 Fuel Mart, 1213A West Wood Street in Paris.